Ethan Cole never expected a regular morning to change his life forever. He was a single dad, a veteran who had seen too much, and now worked double shifts at a small-town diner to keep the lights on and his daughter's dreams alive. Most mornings were predictable. Coffee brewing at dawn, tired locals shuffling in, and the same old worn-out jokes floating around. But that day, a stranger stumbled in just as he flipped the open sign. She looked lost, disheveled hair tucked beneath a knit hat, oversized coat drooping off her thin frame, eyes tired like she hadn't slept in days. She sat at the far corner booth, clutching her bag like it was her lifeline. Ethan had seen all kinds of pain during his service, and something about her, something quiet and broken, made him pause. "Coffee?" he offered gently. She nodded without speaking. Through the breakfast rush, she sat silent, hands trembling slightly as she lifted the cup. When the diner cleared, Ethan noticed she hadn't touched the pancakes he'd slipped her on the house. Instead, she stared at them like food was unfamiliar. "You okay, miss?" he finally asked, her voice cracked. "Just tired. Needed somewhere warm." Ethan didn't push. He'd learned that not all wounds are visible. He brought her water, checked in gently, kept his tone soft, like he did with traumatized soldiers during his time overseas. Hours passed. When she tried to stand, her legs buckled. Ethan caught her before she hit the floor. "You need help," he urged. "Please." "No hospitals," she whispered. Panic flashed in her eyes. Ethan hesitated. Then he saw it. Pain etched deep, more than exhaustion. She wasn't running from danger. She was running from something inside herself. He carried her to the diner's small staff lounge and called his neighbor to watch his daughter. He wasn't letting a stranger die alone. When she woke, she whispered, "Why? Why would you help me?" "Because someone once helped me when I had nothing," he said simply. Tears rolled down her cheeks. "People don't do this." "Not anymore." "They should," he replied. She looked at him a long time, then reached into her coat pocket with shaking fingers. She handed him a business card. Bold letters, Claire Harrington, CEO, Harrington Global Industries. A name he recognized instantly. One of the most powerful corporate leaders in the country, sitting on a worn staff couch in a roadside diner. "You're her," he muttered, stunned. "Not for long," she whispered. "Stage 4 cancer. I walked away from everything last week. I wanted to see the world without people bowing. I wanted someone to look at me and see a person, not a fortune." A silence settled. Heavy, human, fragile. "You could have gone anywhere," Ethan said softly. "I came where people look each other in the eye," she murmured. "I just didn't expect to find kindness like this." Her breathing grew shallow. Panic tightened his chest. "Claire, stay with me." Her hand grabbed his wrist, surprisingly firm. "Listen, in my will, there's a foundation. I built it, but never knew who truly deserved it." She swallowed hard. "It's yours now. For veterans. For single parents. For people like you who don't walk away from strangers." He froze. The world suddenly felt unreal. You don't even know me." Her faint smile carried both peace and gratitude. "I know enough." Sirens soon wailed outside. Despite her wishes, Ethan had called for help when she collapsed. As paramedics lifted her, she whispered, "Keep choosing kindness. It changes more than you think." Days later, the news broke. The reclusive CEO's final act was transferring control of a multi-million-dollar charity, naming a humble diner worker and single dad as director. And in a quiet corner booth each morning, Ethan placed 2 cups of coffee, one for him and one for the woman who saw him not as a struggling veteran, but as someone who still believed in people.